everybody, my name is MsNicolePlayz and welcome to The Bottom of the Well. This is a game I found on Steam and I actually have the page open so I can read a little bit of the description. In The Bottom of the Well, you play as Alice, who has just had an unsettling lifelike dream about the end of the world. I'm leaving it at that. Now, the picture of what basically I'm using for the thumbnail as well, it kind of makes me think of that it might be loosely based on some elements from Alice in Wonderland, and I always find myself loving anything to do with Alice in Wonderland. I never understood why. Welcome to The Bottom of the Well. This is, yeah, by the way, it's a visual novel type game, which I don't think I've ever played a visual novel on the channel. This game is a visual novel, meaning it is a mainly text-based piece of interactive fiction, a book where you get to decide what happens next. Yes. Bottom of the Well does have some gameplay aside from multiple choice though. The most important of which is the kind of Alice you are going to play. Okay, I misread that for some reason. For your first playthrough, we recommend you use default Alice, but the customization is there to be used. Even if you complete the game, a different Alice might have a very different experience. If nothing else, you might just find a new way to die. Oh god! Well, at least I know. Okay, default... randomly generated. I would like a custom Alice. I would like the Dark Alice. Ooh, that sounds scary. So default, if this is default, then I'm assuming this is well-rounded. Let's just go to default. The default Alice is capable of finishing the game to its true ending, but not necessarily through all branches. This Alice is career-motivated, friendly, somewhat lazy, a hopeless romantic with no survival skills at all. She makes up for it by being a good organizer. Okay. What's the Dark Alice? Dark Alice is an Alice... Whoa! I just saw the picture change. Is an Alice min-maxed for maximum ruthlessness and efficiency. I can't read. She will almost certainly be able to survive most of what the world throws at her, but she will not be able to reach the absolute final ending. She is a canny, super fit survivor with excellent organizational skills, I'll bet without a social or romantic bone in her body. Okay. Apparently you can customize that one as well. I'll just go with the default. Yeah, accept and start. Jeez! Okay. Dream Diary, September 13th, 2015. Oh god, hi. Whoa! Ah! Stuff! Oh! I was reading the Dream Diary! Morning, A. Mad Hatter. It is Alice in Wonderland themed! Morning. Oh. Did you catch the anniversary reading last night? No. Well... Sorry. No. Well, I tried, but I fell asleep. Listen, about that. You fell asleep? Oh, come on. Alice in Wonderland is like our favorite. That explains the Mad Hatter thing there. Let me finish. Something happened. I was tuning in on my radio. You're such a Luddite? Amazing I can even catch you online. Shut up. I'm not a Luddite. I just like analog things. What the heck's a Luddite? Anyway, I was tuning into the broadcast and I must have hit the AM switch or something because suddenly the channel changed to something else. What? Aliens? Oh, government-run numbers stations? What? No, it was this weird, like, white noise at first. It's hard to explain why I was so drawn to it. I could hear snippets of some melody, maybe lyrics, but the signal was weak. So you turned it off and continued looking for the Alice broadcast? So I went out on my balcony and turned the antenna around until the signal came through clear. I cannot read for the life of me today. It now sounded more like music with the odd signal in the background. When logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead and the white knight is talking backwards and the red queen's off with her head. Dear God! Wow. Oh, so somebody's pirate radio broadcast of golden oldies? It felt like there was something else there. Some message that the music was hiding. I know it sounds weird, and then I fell asleep. Ugh. I feel all congested. Bleh. What a story. No, hear me out. I dreamed, and I didn't know that I was dreaming. Do you understand? Oh god, it was entirely lucid, but like waking up in another world. Except I didn't think of it as another world. Ugh. Does this make any sense? You had a super lifelike dream where you didn't know you were dreaming, but you were still lucidly in control. Sounds pretty rad to me. I'm sure it would have been. Except for the whole end of the world apocalypse bit in the dream. Okay, now you've got my attention. Hi? What? Oh god, hi. Hey! So like I said, it was the end of the world. Everything I did that day felt like the real thing. Every smell, every sound, every color, every touch. Oh, I hate those kind of dreams. I hate dreams where you have like access to all your senses. Oh, they're just so disturbing. I've had a couple in the past where like I've been shot or stabbed and I wake up immediately checking for the wounds because I can feel the wounds still. It's messed up. It's important you know that. I wasn't acting like I would in a dream. I didn't know it was a dream. Heavy. Ha! His name is Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter. But what's the C stand for in Alice's name, I wonder? I've never known Alice's last name, despite the fact I like Alice in Wonderland. There was no warning, no build-up, nothing. Just between one moment and the next, the TV had turned to the emergent... Oh, what the heck? Isn't there... And the next, the TV... Okay, whoa. No, between one moment and the next. Shouldn't there be a comma there? Between the next and the TV? I don't know, something in my head says that's wrong. The TV had turned to the emergency alert system, and this voice that sounded like it had been recorded in the 60s told us we were under attack. Oh god. Were you alone? Yeah, I had had a really long day at the office, so I had sworn off all social contact for the evening. I had the TV on in the background just as noise. Wait, what? The office? You mean you've got some kind of real adult person job in this dream of yours? Yeah, actually, at the college, student admissions office. Hey, don't sound so surprised. I am going to graduate in just a few months, you know. Uh-huh. With a BA in English Lit. Shut up. Such skill with words. Anyway, what happened next? Like I said, the TV suddenly turned to the emergency alert system. EAS. Jack the volume all the way up too. I didn't even know they could do that. The broadcast told us we were under attack right now and that we needed to get to shelter. That we had less than 30 minutes before the bombs hit. Jesus, sounds scary. At first I didn't want to believe it. I switched the channel, but they were all the same. And then the sirens started. Tornado sirens, flood sirens, I don't know. And I knew things were serious. Ah! So what do you do? Oh, hi. I actually get my choices now. I went online to find out what was going on. I immediately tried to call Chess. As in Cheshire? The Cheshire Cat? Sure, let's go with that. Chess? Who's that? My, boyfriend. I mean, I don't have a boyfriend, but in my dream I did. Wait up. Tell me more about this sudden new boyfriend of yours. I thought you weren't in the dating scene. Actually, I've been thinking about putting myself out there. Like, maybe some online dating or something. Although, I'm kind of afraid to check OkCupid right now. Oh my god, isn't that an actual site? What if there's a guy named Chess? Good icebreaker. Hi, I'm Alice. I dreamed about you last night. You were my end of the world buddy. Funny. Aren't I just? You were saying about Chess. What kind of name is that anyway? I wasn't, really. I mean, yeah, he was pretty hot, I guess, and smart and into me. What more could you ask for? I feel awkward about this conversation right now for some reason. I can sense you blushing all the way over here. I freaking almost blushed. That was funny. Just because of how awkward that freaking thing is. Maybe I should check my OkCupid profile, actually. So, what did your boyfriend think? Well, first I tried calling him, but all I got was a pre-recorded network busy message. But the net still works, so I hit him up on there. I mean, we did most of our communication in chat anyway. And I found him. But there was no time for, well, anything. I started typing, you know, holy hell, what the fuck is going on style stuff. And he just terrously replied he had to go. That's a little blunt. He told me he needed to go to get his sister. His sister? How come? He'd mentioned her a few times. She's disabled, but lives in a house by herself, out somewhere in the Boroughs? Did he ask you to come too? He didn't ask, I did. I'm going to be outside my apartment in 5 minutes, he said, then logged off. Okay, I guess that's an invitation of sorts. So what do you do? Well, I knew that Chess wasn't going to wait for me. If I wanted to go with him, I had to go right away. Just grab my stuff and go. Making quick decisions in the spur of the moment doesn't sound like you. So what do you do? Hatter, you keep asking what I do. I went online to find out what was going on. I needed to think about... I went with Chess to help him out with his sister. I guess I went with him because that's where it seemed like it was going. I gotta say, this is pretty interesting. I'm liking the narrative. Also, for some reason, I really like that background. It's like slightly blurry, and it's in black and white. I like it. Oh, hey, there's a person down here. Hello. Also, I love the style of these characters. I noticed that they're not showing the whole face for Alice. That's kind of interesting. And yet they did in the character selection. Interesting. Also, do I have a save option? No, I do not. Okay, that's audio. What are these? I don't know what these are. Weird. Okay. So I decided to go with Chess. I mean, how couldn't I? He clearly needed help. Altruistic. How long have you been dating? Cynic. Long enough to know my feelings were real. I mean, they felt real in the dream. Excuse me. Where did the sister live again? In a borough. Practically the suburbs, so pretty far. Chess said he usually takes the subway or a bus. Chess actually lives just down the street. And we always had a customary place to meet. We didn't even need to confirm the place anymore, but it didn't seem very likely we would be able to catch a bus or the subway. So how are you planning on getting to the sister in less than 30 minutes? Oh, spoiler, the bombs didn't start dropping on us within 30 minutes. It took longer than that. They did start, though. That's lucky. Yeah, well, it didn't mean we weren't in a hurry. But you didn't leave empty-handed, though, right? Oh, right, yes. I grabbed the biggest bag I had. A backpack. People always called it magic. You could fit so much into it. Bigger on the inside and all that. Oh, holy crap. Okay, so I have a backpack, and so I can take certain items with me. So let's see. Not counting this, I'm assuming I have 4 spots. I want to take a map. Oh, okay, that goes into my hand. Okay. Oh, no, this is the backpack. This is just my regular inventory. I do want to take a radio. Take some food. Should I take 1 day or 2 days worth? I probably need the flashlight, actually, so we'll bring the flashlight with me. So I have my map and my flashlight. The student office gives these maps out to freshmen. Somehow this one ended up at my apartment. It's got everything. A subway map, street map of the downtown area, and a detailed map of the campus. My flashlight. I keep the batteries in it fresh and make sure it works at all times, especially when the evenings get darker, but I still have to go out for my run. The radio that started it all. Every channel I get just keeps repeating the same recorded emergency response message, but it might come in handy later on. Some non-perishable food seems good to eat. I can't check that. Oh, wait, what? Oh, there we go. The rest of my clothes are in a state of advanced disarray, but I've kept a set of clean and folded in case I suddenly find myself on a date. Weird. My miniature sleeping bag. Always useful for sleepovers, but God knows how useful it'll be in an actual outdoor environment. What is this? My university ID, except it's no longer for student, but for staff. Doubles as an electronic key card. Interesting. We'll take food. And we'll say that's good. What's this? This is your inventory screen. Drop and pick items by pressing the buttons On the left, read a description of the items by holding over. Okay, I figured that out. But most have to be carried in your backpack. Size depends on supply skill. So the more supply skill I have, the bigger the backpack. Note that you can't make changes once you're done, so make sure you gear up right. You can look at your stats by clicking the red arrow to the left of Alice. So this. Oh, here we go. Survival. Yeah, everything. Oh, hi. Career, dating, social. Okay. I think I'm done. I grabbed extra food. Go on. Borrow. Sister. Bombs incoming. How did you plan to get there in the chaos? The chaos. Yeah. The streets were nuts. Everything and everyone was going crazy. Crashes everywhere, but no one was responding. The street was completely gridlocked. I'm talking maybe 15 minutes after the first announcement here. All it takes is a few cars in the wrong place. But you lived pretty centrally, right? It had to be better further out. Did Chess have a car? No. But if we wanted a car, there were tons around. People were just left them, keys in ignition, and ran. Holy shit. It really must have been bedlam. It was. I was so scared. So, steal a car or walk? We discussed walking. It was like 14 miles or something. It'd probably take at least 4 or 5 hours on a good day. And this wasn't a good day. Maybe a good start though. Things might clear up outside the downtown area. You might be able to steal a car there. Appropriate a car. Stealing sounds so criminal. Heh, whatever you say. Any other option except stealing, appropriating a car, or hoofing it. Something in between. I know a guy with a motorcycle. He really loves that motorcycle, but I wonder if maybe he'd be willing to borrow it. I mean, for fuck's sakes, we were going to go rescue a disabled woman. You know him well? Reasonably. I didn't know you knew how to drive a motorcycle. I'm a woman of many talents. So what did you do? We're trying to appropriate a car. We decide to try with my acquaintance with the motorcycle. The motorcycle seemed like a good idea at the time. Except that when we arrived at his building, the first thing I saw was him outside, prepping his ride together with a group of similarly attired, similarly equipped motorcycle guys. So much for borrowing a motorcycle then. He recognized me when I approached. He looked pretty distracted, packing up the saddlebags on the motorcycle with all kinds of things, but he stopped for a second to talk. Hello, I see you're making your escape. Would you happen to have a spare slot in your escape machine? What the heck, Hatter? He said he was heading towards a fallout shelter. When I asked him what he was talking about, he told me there's an old shelter down on 3rd, under the Rad Bar. Your old hangout? What are the odds? Anyway, he said he could take me. That he knew the owner of the place. Sounds like a good alternative. What did you think? Well, Chess immediately said no thanks. He looked at me. What'd you tell him? Let's go get your sister. So no daring escape into the sunset on your motorcycle with bombs going off behind you. What a pathetic excuse for a power fantasy this dream of yours is. I don't think it was ever a power fantasy, or necessarily fantasy at all. Anyway, I still had to make a choice, and I had already lost a lot of time. Yeah, to walk past the worst. Try and still... Walk past it. I decided walking was the best option. The whole downtown area was gridlocked. Cars everywhere, people running down the sidewalks, and the sirens blaring. It was like one of those disaster movies. No hope of driving anywhere at any rate. But where was everyone going? Most of them were going home, I think. People were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And there you were, running away from home. Once I made my decision, I stuck to it, no matter how much I was filled with doubt. Half an hour was nothing. Nothing at all. But luckily, that estimate was completely wrong. Sometimes I'll walk half an hour in the wrong direction just because... Oh! I unplugged my headphone! There we go! Sometimes I'll walk half an hour in the wrong direction just because I stubbornly refuse to believe I'm lost. I didn't know what was the right direction, but I did try to get there as fast as possible, although that was a lot harder than I thought it would be. I was swept up in a mass of people and manhandled in the wrong direction more than once. Every few minutes I stopped to consult the map to make sure I was going in the right direction. Ha! I knew I brought the map for a reason. Was there any danger? Like people attacking each other or something? No, I thought we were all going in the same direction, but then I realized that the crowd was heading somewhere I hadn't planned to go. A subway station. What did you do? I was swept along. It was that or get trampled and pinned against some wall. Finally managed to disentangle myself at the stalled mass of people just outside the entrance. Apparently it was closed, and people were trying to break through the gates. By the time I was out, though, I had lost a lot of time. Time, yes. Isn't that the thing you were fighting here? How far away were you planning on getting? Well, a lot further than I had gotten at that point. I could practically still see my apartment building, but the crowd was slowly thinning at least, and I actually saw a vehicle in motion, an ambulance, weaving between stalled cars with its sirens blaring. What do you do? What I had planned to find and appropriate a car. I'm still not sure how you're ethically justifying this to yourself. I was scared out of my wits, and it seemed like a good idea at the time. Fair enough. So, how did you go about it? I, kind of just jumped into the first open door I found. Of course there was no key, because the driver still had it. He had just been on the other side of the car. Seeing me sitting there, he had a minor epileptic fit and ran at me, keys in hand. God damn it, Alice. I knew you weren't a car thief material. I panicked when I saw him coming. I went for the door. He saw me do it and tried to stop me, but in my squirrely state, I managed to close it in his face and then immediately lock it. Of course, he did have the key, but I managed to crawl out the passenger door before he got the door open again. Lucky, lucky. Hey, it was my first attempt at car theft, even if it didn't go very well. I'm assuming you stopped after this. I skulked around for a bit longer, but I didn't dare try another car. The next guy might have a gun in his hand, not the keys. So finally I decided to stop wasting time and start walking. Also, I'm at 22 minutes for recording, and I still don't know if I can save. Shouldn't you be finding some kind of shelter? What happened to helping Chess? I'm looking at these and I'm like, wait, weren't we helping Chess? Can I? Oh, hey, cool. Chess's sister, Alice's apartment, Chess's apartment. Where are we in this mess of things? Okay. Now I still hoped. Chess's single-mindedness was what led me. I was pretty sure this was a monumental mistake, and that we'd get caught outside and killed for sure, but I couldn't just leave him, so we kept walking. So how did that work out for you? Oh, excuse me. You think it was easy? People had driven out into the sidewalks and left their cars. Everything was a mess. I tried going down the main highway, but it proved pointless and I had to backtrack. I am, like, dying here. Oh, there we go. God, I hope that didn't get picked up on the mic. I swallowed really hard there. I didn't say it was easy. Did you consider running? I half ran and jogged as much as I could, but it felt like being late for a class. I got tired almost immediately. Well, the goal was still as far away as ever. Just wanted to go faster, but he slowed down when he saw I was struggling. The worried look on his face went nowhere, though. And, well, once I got away from the downtown area, things were much smoother. I ran as fast as I could, as far as I could. No bombs, still no bombs. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my luck, but I knew I was pushing it now. What did you do? We were getting closer, so we kept walking. So, did you make it? Maybe the bombs were just a scare. No, they weren't. I saw it as a glow high above the town. What? You were outside when the bombs fell? I thought I'd have time to get away, but I just wasted too much of it now. Somehow. I was out on the street when the initial shockwave came. There was just no duck and cover could have saved any of us there from that. No duck and cover could have saved any of us there from that, I don't think. Okay, am I the only one that thinks that particular sentence does not sound correct? Next thing I knew, I am showered in glass as every window above us shatters. Cars swerved off the road and crashed. Bedlam. And light. Bright, bright light. I tried to crawl out of the way when something hit me. Maybe a piece from a building? I don't know. I blacked out. You have a really fucked up imagination, Alice. It didn't feel like a dream. That's the thing. Because you don't wake up in dreams, do you? But I did, bleeding, alone, out on the street. What did you see? Oh, hi. Hi. Wow, that's some... Wow. I saw a burning city. Ash rained down. And downtown, far too close, a mushroom cloud. What is it, a nuke? Just staring me in the face. It was the end of the world. I just knew that there and then. Jeez. And then there was a streak of light, and it was actually almost beautiful as it fell from space. Just a streak of light at only a slight angle. Dude, the music! I just had time to think, no, we've had enough, before it hit. For some reason, I elected to stare right at it when it impacted. Above the ground, in a terrible fireball. Please tell me the dream ended here. Yeah, I didn't really see it though, but I died, eventually in the dark. Oh, did I hit skip? And thus concluded my dream. Well, that was interesting. What do you think? I think it felt incomplete, like there was something missing. That wasn't the way it was supposed to end, you know? Dreams are supposed to end in certain ways. Dreams are supposed to end in certain ways? There we go. This one was, I think. It felt like it was trying to tell me something, but I wasn't listening closely enough. Maybe you can try again next night. See if you hear the same recording. Speaking of, what frequency was this on? That's the weird part. When I tried to see, I realized I hit the right channel, and that was in fact reading Alice in Wonderland. And this isn't exactly some obscure number station frequency on the AM bands. Well, maybe you'll dream it the next night again anyway. That's the good thing with dreams. You can always dream them again. I wish that was true. I can never seem to have the same dream unless my brain decides to repeat something. I remember one time I had the same reoccurring dream every night for an entire year. And it just really screwed with me. It was messed up. And maybe do something different the second time around. Ah! No! Almost half an hour in and that was the ending I got. Are you kidding me? I got that. No! Boo! Okay, guys, so that has been the bottom of the well, that particular path. I enjoyed reading that. Like, it was interesting to take a chance to play a visual novel on the channel. I really did enjoy this. And I'm surprised I liked it as much as I did, because I'm not a big fan of visual novel games. But this one was actually really cool, and I like the fact that it has branching paths, and I got that particular ending. It should have popped up what kind of ending that was, though. That's my only thing. Like, I'd like to know what ending I got. But obviously I died because of some fireball hitting. Not the potential nuke, but another fireball. Okay, the only bombs I know of that leave mushroom clouds are nukes. But this was really interesting. I might play it in my spare time instead of bringing more to the channel. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did recording it. Don't forget you can suggest games or challenges in the comments, and you can check out other videos I've done in the outro. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.